Holy cow. Do you know how long it's been since I've done an Instagram live? I just got like little flutters in my tummy pressing that live button. It's been a long time. I don't even remember what I used to do on Instagram Live other than what I'm about to do right now, which is to show you guys some of the books I got yesterday. So I went to the Goodwill Outlet first and I got a giant shopping cart full of books there. And then I went to a library sale and I got literally a whole entire library cart full of books. So I think the bins that I have closest to me now are from the library sale. So I'm just going to start showing you guys some stuff. Better Homes and Gardens, so good with fruit. So that's a cookbook. Then I also got the holiday cookbook. And as you can see, I already have some back here too. Barbecue, dessert, meat, pies and cakes, and homemade cookies. So I'm getting quite a little collection of these. This is volume 1 of an Atlas of Anatomy. So I got this because any anatomy book I just always grab. Let's see what's inside. Some various things. Oh, private parts. There's something that looks innocent looking, okay? Then Johnny Gruel's Golden Book by the author of the Raggedy Ann stories. I've never seen this before. I really should have my reading glasses on right now, but I don't. So I'm not going to be able to tell you when these books were published. But that one has a little rip in it. Let's just take a little peek through here. Oh, this is pretty. I've never seen this book before. So again, that's Johnny Gruel's Golden Book by the author of Raggedy Ann. The March of 11 Men. This is a book I just bought because of the color and the paste downs, which I always love. Experiments in Science. So this is an old library book, and it's a book of science experiments for children. And it is from 1955. Working into a Lather. I love those old books, especially science, chemistry. And I think there's another one in there somewhere. Living Ideas in America, edited and with commentary by blah, blah, blah. Look at that pretty color. The blue and green, isn't that nice? Here is a storehouse of eloquent expressions of American ideas and institutions. In literature, history, memoirs, speeches, and documents. This is the Conquest of Mexico and the Conquest of Peru. This is a modern library book. Oh, look how pretty. Goodness gracious. Modern libraries are my favorite. You guys already know that about me. Anthony Adverse. This is just a nice neutral book I always like to have on hand. This is another old book with a nice paste down label on it. The United States Senate International Court. I think that is blue. Hard to tell sometimes, but I think that is blue. This is the shabby old thing. Let's see what it is. The Famous Stories of Joseph Conrad. This is called Secret Flight. And this one is really interesting. Look at that. Isn't that nice? And it's got the deckled edges on the page edges. This is Little Journeys in the Homes of the Great, Memorial Edition. Oh, in the Homes of the Great Lovers. Josiah and Sarah Wedgwood, Mary Wollstonecraft. Oh, William Godwin and Mary Wollstonecraft. What is this? John Stuart Mill and Harriet Taylor. Parnell and Kitty O'Shea. Petrarch and Laura. Balzac and Madame Hanska. I'm going to have to explore this a little bit more. I don't really know what it is. The Facts of Life for Teenagers. Oh, you know I had to get this. The Stork Didn't Bring You. The words for it, what little girls are made for, what little boys are made for, birds, bees, and babies, and on and on. Y'all, I cannot wait to read this. The Young Engineers in Colorado, that's just a nice teenager book. Showtime for Young Scientists, Entertaining with Science. Okay, so I guess this is the book that you would get when you're doing a science fair project. This is a Gin Basic Reader. Guess who? So let's see what level this is. It says JP. I wonder if this is a first level. Yeah, it's got Dick and Sally in it. Dick, Sally, and Jane. Oh, goodness. Look at how cute. Yes, this looks like a primer. Very nice. The short stories of Anton Chekhov. This is a modern library book, but one of the newer ones, if you can see the green in there, and it has like, oh, I don't know how to describe it. I would show you, but I don't want to rip off the thing. Friends and Neighbors. This is another school reader. Looks like middle elementary years. 1946. Maybe second or third level. Mrs. Perry, My Arctic Journal. It's got an inscription of 1895. A Year Among Ice Fields and Eskimos by Josephine Dybich Perry, with an account of the Great White Journey across Greenland. How interesting. That is really interesting. Huh. And this is A History of England and the British Empire. Look at how handsome that is. Nice big old book. And it is from 1937, roughly. Okay, that's box number 1. Let's see if we can move on really quick. Get some of these put away and get out another box. Okay. Box number 2. We got this nice vintage interior decor book or interior design book. It's from 1985 and it is wicked. Look at this. I mean, it's very futuristic. Ooh, there's a library. Early to mid 80s is my jam. I really like that time frame in decorating books. And I love that I have a preference in decorating books. This is a Geography of Disease. It is a paperback, but it's very handsome. And I know I've been selling a lot of neutral books in my Etsy shop lately. So I thought this would make a good addition because I cannot keep neutral books in stock right now. Everybody wants neutrals. This looks like a children's book in a library binding. So let's see what it is. And it's upside down. It is Beginning Science with Mr. Wizard. This is all about heat. Heat radiated to hot dog from convection currents. So a mix of experiments and explanations about heat. And then I have some paperback How and Why's dinosaurs. Look at how cheesy that is. Birds. Wild animals. Fish, which has a giant rip on it. I didn't notice, but I would have gotten it anyway, honestly. Insects. And then we have this, Masha's Stuffed Mother Goose. Another children's book that I've never seen before. Let's see if there's a date. 1946. And let's just open to a random page so you can see the illustration style. Isn't that interesting? We have the Golden Book of Horses, History and Breeds, Riding and Horse Shows. Isn't that nice? Big old golden book. This is in really good condition. Mounting and dismounting. Isn't that nice? Never had that before. And remember this? For some reason, I had 2 copies. These were both at the library sale, and they were in different sections too. But this is that same Johnny Gruel's Golden Book. So I got some Richard Scarries, which I just sold off all my extra Richard Scarries, and they sold pretty well. So I was happy to get some more. The Best Word Book Ever. Hop Aboard, Here We Go, and the Storybook Dictionary. And this book looks so fun. Let's find out about clothes. This is for children. One of my favorite topics. Clothes protect us in other ways too. If you fall on your bicycle, you may tear a hole in your jeans. But it is better to tear a hole in your jeans than to tear a hole in your knee, isn't it? The cloth protects your knees. Warm garments. Oh, clothes from different countries. In America, many people work at making clothes. When a lot of people work at the same job, it is called an industry. Making clothes is the job of the clothing industry. A policeman wears a uniform, so you will recognize him quickly. Isn't that neat? Cornerstones of Freedom, the story of the Smithsonian Institution. I just sold today that whole entire set of Smithsonian Institute annual reports. Here's some horse booties. This is horse anatomy. So if you want to draw a horse butt, you can get this book when it goes on sale in my email list. Then we have Pyramid by David Macaulay. I'm more familiar with his Castles book. I don't think I've ever read the Pyramids book, but I was happy to find it. The Family Book of Christmas Tales. I'm a sucker for any Christmas book, so I figured I would get that. The Little Match Girl. What is this one by L. Frank Baum? Let's see. A Kidnapped Christmas Claus by L. Frank Baum. A Christmas Carol, of course. Let's see. There's a couple more in here that I've never heard of. How Santa Claus Came to Simpson's Bar by Bret Hart. Interesting. And this is Walter Crane, An Alphabet of Old Friends, The Absurd ABC. Look at how pretty that is. And this is one of the gardening books I got, Gardens of the National Trust. How can you resist that? And it's a beautiful green. I got quite a few coffee table size gardening books that I will either sell individually or make a pretty little collection out of. Okay, that's box number 2, folks. Let's put this back and get box number 3, which is right behind me. All right. I guess this is another copy of the History of the Conquest of Mexico and Peru. Oh yeah, it's still Modern Library, but that's the more modern style. More modern library. An autobiography of William Allen White, which I bought for the color and the texture. This is the French Revolution and Napoleon. Again, a nice pale blue vintage book. This is another modern library, Complete Poems of Keats and Shelley. Then this is Modern American Usage by Wilson Follett. So a guide to my modern American usage. Just a nice tan brown book. Look at this, the English Heritage Volume 1. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, that color is so lovely. So this is a poetry. Looks like mostly poetry in here. Yeah, it's all poetry. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. Then this is Beard on Bread. So this is a James Beard cookbook, and it's all about bread. I know somebody's gonna buy that. You guys love the James Beard, and so do I. This is the Novels and Romances of Alphonse Daudet. Little red decorative book. Big People and Little People of Other Lands. So this is an old school book. Dutch Girl with Wooden Shoes. Sweet. Here's some Bernard plays of Bernard Shaw, 3-volume set. They also had a 5-volume set that was a different color that I chose not to get. This is The Road to Liberty, the Declaration of Independence, the Constitution of the United States, and the Constitution of New Jersey. This must be some kind of New Jersey textbook situation. And the History of the Flag. Beautiful antique blue book. I've got some little things here. Rocks and Minerals. I Fiori. So this is a French language field guide. Flowers. I'm guessing it's wildflowers. But look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I had to get it. Don't know what it is, but I had to get it. Rocks and Minerals again. Then this one is called the Odyssey Library Love Lyrics. Just look at the inside of this. Isn't that pretty? I try not to buy too many small itty bitty books, but sometimes I just can't resist. This one too, The Book of Happiness, Expressing the Joy of Great Writers. It's got a little bookmark in it. And it's just really dainty and pretty inside. And then we have John Kern's Treasury of Great Nature Writing. Very pretty. And Charles Dickens' works. This is David Copperfield. And The Gentle Grifter by O. Henry. Nice, pretty green and black book. Then I have everything falling over. Let me put my itty bitties back in here. I've got 3 Charles Dickens books in this series. Great Expectations, David Copperfield, and Oliver Twist. And last for this box is Homer's Odyssey. It's a nice copy. Okay, so that is box number 3. Let's see, maybe we'll do one more and then I'll call it a day. I've been on here quite a while already. I could go all day, but we're not going to get to everything, so maybe we'll get to almost half. The Complete Poems of Emily Dickinson. I think the last time I was at this library sale, I bought this exact same book. Look at that spine. It is beautiful. And looks like we've got Grimm's Fairy Tales here, with a giant puzzle piece in it. They were probably in that, I just like to imagine, that family's been looking for that puzzle piece for years and it was tucked into a book. I've got a whole collection of Better Homes and Gardens. Menu cookbook. Make Ahead cookbook. Fondue. Cookies and Candies. Oriental. I don't think I've ever seen that one before. Fish and Seafood. Barbecue book. Casserole cookbook. Pies and Cakes. And Junior cookbook. I just bought one of these on eBay. That's the spiral binder because I'm working on this set right here. And I still need to get, what do I need? I need the decorating book. I was going to get just the decorating book, but now I'm getting this as well. So I guess it'll be 6 books when I'm done with that. Julia Child and More Company. So this is her, she wrote Julia Child and Company, and this is the sequel to that. Then I bought this giant wine book to go with 2 other wine books I see over there in the other corner of my house. So now I have 3 books about wine that are all wine colored. So I'm going to be selling those as a set of 3. La Cuisine. I was so happy to find this one again because it was very popular when I found it this past summer. And I know that will sell again right away. And then this book is Famous Indian Chiefs. Chicago Natural History Museum. It is from 1957. Here's an example of the pages inside. Okay. I don't want to stop, you guys. Let's do one more box. Let's see what I can get to really quick. How about this one? I think this is things that I got from the decorating and home section. Some of these are maybe not vintage. This is Miss Manner's Guide to Rearing Perfect Children. Look how pretty that is. This is Emily Post Etiquette. This is the 18th edition. Manners for a New World. So I doubt this is vintage. I would guess it's early 2000s. Isn't it beautiful though? I just had to have it. It's so pretty. Let's see. Oh, this is, okay, Song and Garden Birds of North America. This is the National Geographic bird book. I have bought and sold this one maybe twice, and I really like it, so I was really happy to find another copy. So many birds. So many birds. And this is Trees of North America. And when I took a look through this, it was really, really pretty inside. First of all, of course, it's green. Here's what you've got inside. I just think the illustrations are particularly lovely. Ah, guys, just imagine. I gotta show you what just happened. There's a whole bunch of leaves inside inside that book. I'll get them all tucked back in delicately. And that, I think that's, oh, there's an itty bitty little flower there. I think that's all of them. Some random pine needles here. Okay. The decorating book, I have seen this one before. I've read this one before. I think this is early 90s. I love them all, you guys. No, this is 1981. Yes. Okay, this is going to be a good one. 1981 is golden years, guys. Golden years. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Look at that. Y'all, all that stuff's coming back in style, so you might as well reread these books. Then I've got another new book. This is the Martha Stewart book that came out a year or two ago, I think. Martha Stewart's Homekeeping Handbook. Look at this monster. Let me just check the date, because I think it was like in the last year or two that this came out. I remember getting it out of the library. Oh no, it's 2006. So maybe it was a different book that I read. Anyway, can't resist that. And another etiquette book, the Amy Vanderbilt Complete Book of Etiquette. I buy this one when I find it in really good condition, and that one is. And then we have The Best Loved Poems of the American People, which I always buy because it is absolutely beautiful. Then Days and Nights, a novel. I must have just bought this because it was handsome. Yes, it is. Oh, more leaves, guys, more leaves. Field guide, wildflowers. That's a Peterson guide. Boop, boop. Always popular. I think I've got another Peterson guide here somewhere. I thought I did, unless I just sold it. Oh, it's way up there. It's also wildflowers, so I guess I have two now. Look what I found. Isn't that gorgeous? This is the religion set: Islam, Judaism, Hinduism, Catholicism, Buddhism, and Protestantism. Well, Martha makes everybody feel inadequate, Linnea. It's all right. I'm with you there on that one. Okay, that was another. Let's see. One more box. One more box. Reader's Digest, Joy of Nature, How to Observe and Appreciate the Great Outdoors. A hibernating ground squirrel awakens in spring. The surprising variety of edible weeds, the orderly pattern of sunflower seeds, flowers in abundance. This is interesting, you guys. I'm sure if you have been around vintage books at all, you've probably seen some of these, but I've never seen a complete set before, so I decided to get it. These are the Audell's Engineering and Mechanics Guides, okay? And there are, look at how many. Now, I've had up to 3 before at one time. Never have I ever had all of them. So this is just amazing. So Hawkins Electrical Guide. I wonder if these are 2 separate sets. The electrical guide looks like it's one big set. And then Audell's is maybe, maybe the Audell's is 1, 2, 3, which is what I have seen in the past. I don't know, but either way, I had to get them. This is Medieval and Modern Times. It looks like an old school book. This is the inside. Beautiful, beautiful book. And just a few more in here, and then I'm really going to stop, okay? The Beginning, Creation Myths Around the World. Isn't that nice? It's beautiful inside, and the topic sounds fascinating. All kinds of Oceania, okay, Indonesia, Polynesia. Then we have, so I guess it's organized by different parts of the world. The mountains and the valleys. So nice. Look at this little Mary Engelbreit book, Words to Live By. I'm still going to continue to buy these, even though I've moved and I no longer have my postal employee to give them to. The lady that worked the office at the post office in Nashville loved Mary Engelbreit. So every time I found one, I gave it to her. And I can't give them to her anymore, but it's just still in my DNA to continue to buy them. The Sun, the Moon, and the Stars. This is an old, old book for kids. By the way, I have a lot of books for kids that I took out to read to Jack today, so you'll have to see those another time. This is part of a set, Library of American History. Beautiful marbling on these. I only took 2 home. There were 4 there, and I only took 2 home because these were the 2. The rest just had no spine whatsoever left, and so I rescued 2 of them. But the other 2 stayed there. This is not a vintage book. This is a very modern book, How to Raise an Adult, which I've heard so much about, so I thought I would flip through it. This is written, if I remember correctly, by a professor who's talking about what it is like to have all these kids starting college now that are not prepared to take care of themselves because they've been helicopter parented. So I saw that and I was like, yeah, I'm going to get that for myself and maybe then pass it on to somebody else. Okay, guys, I'm going to stop there. I still have 5 boxes to go, but we'll just have to save them for tomorrow. Okay, thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoy looking through these books that I found yesterday. When we look through the next few boxes, it's going to be a lot more random because it's from the Goodwill Outlet, including all these highlights puzzle magazines. I got 36 of them. 36. And Jack was like, I get to keep all of these, right? And so far I've let him keep like 3 or 4. Okay, thank you guys for watching. Come on back tomorrow and we'll see some more, I guess. Yeah. You're welcome, Linnea. I'm glad. Well, I always like for people to take a nap, so I wouldn't be here right now if I didn't just wake up from a nap. So you go take a nap. It's okay. I give you permission. All right, guys. See you tomorrow.